Hello friends, welcome back. This is another video of how to store the garden produce. I had planted eggplants this year, three types of eggplants. One was Black Beauty, which is actually a big one, which you can use to do the bangan bhartas. And I had another two which I got from the nursery. One is Chinese eggplant and one is Japanese eggplant. So the Black Beauty is quite a big one, but this is one size of the eggplant which I had, and then there was a long eggplant. So when I was researching how to freeze these, I wasn't sure these will freeze well as raw vegetables. So I did little bit of research, and what I found was, like, it might be better if I cook them out till say 80% to remove all the moisture and then store them together. So that's what I followed to make sure to try out this year basically. But when I did, I think it turned out well. I know for sure that a curry like bagara bangan can stay very well frozen, fully cooked. So I just used that as a base, and then I have tried to make sure whatever brinjal eggplant I had, I cooked them till 70-80% and then froze them. So here are the ones. Here is the one how I did that. From the Black Beauty ones, what I did was I wanted to use them for one of the Bengali recipe called begun bhaja. So basically they cut it into thin pieces and fry them while serving. So I didn't think if I just cut them into thin pieces as raw eggplants, they would store well. So basically what I did was, usually we put turmeric and salt. Usually we put turmeric and salt and then marinate it and then cook them, just lightly shallow fry them. So what I did was I did the same process, and then I cooked until up till 70 to 80%, and as you can see, there's hardly any moisture left. So the texture of the eggplant is preserved. Now when you want to use it, you just need to put it in the tawa for 2-3 minutes on each side, and it should be cooked nicely. You don't need to thaw these. Just heat up little with oil and put the frozen piece of the brinjal as it is, and slow cook for 3 minutes on each side. This is the final version of it. This is the same texture if you cook with the fresh vegetables also, and even with this frozen one. The trick was that I cooked it till 70% and frozen, so it's more like just heating up and thawing here. And since the water content is removed, it retains the texture and the shape. And also what I did was, this is actually a box of mishmashed paste, like chili paste. I have some masala paste, I have some leftover tomato paste. I also have, these are the eggplants. This is another use of the Black Beauty eggplant. What I did was, I didn't want to do the bangan bharta basically. So I just wanted to use it in a different preparation, which is Telugu preparation, which is wankaya pachadi, which is basically eggplant pachadi. So on this, basically what you do is you slice the eggplants, saute it in the oil, and then make a paste of it with chilies, and then later on, when you want to use it as a pachadi, you just give it tempering to it, like with mustard seeds, green chilies, onions and garlic, etc. So what I did was, I did the half the process here, where I sauteed the eggplants well and made a paste with the chilies. So this is all done. So when I want to do the tempering, I just need to pick up couple and then use it, thaw them, basically put it in a microwave, just thaw them little bit and do a tempering and cook it little, like 2-3 minutes. It should be enough once you do that. I just took the frozen eggplant paste and I'm going to thaw it. I have microwaved it for a couple of minutes and this is the thawed paste of eggplant. My tempering is ready, so I'm just going to add the eggplant paste into it. Mix the eggplant and you can see the chutney is almost done. Some garnish and then just let it cook in the tempering for a few minutes and then make sure you should eat. It should be good with idlis, dosas or even just rice. And then these were like, I had very few of this, not many. Basically the same, this is the same concept I have used across for all the brinjals and eggplants, is that when I'm storing it in freezer, I wanted to make sure I remove all the moisture content so that the texture of the eggplant is preserved. So these are two small brinjals and this is the shape of it. I just cut them and then put a little bit of haldi in it and then sauteed in the oil well and then stored it. So this one, when I want to use it in any curry, I can just drop it in the masala and that should work fine. You don't need to thaw them separately. You cook your gravy and then drop these brinjals and eggplants into it. This is the similar way which I've done. These are long Chinese eggplants, so I had to cut them into pieces. And then what I did was the same process. I added a little bit of masala and then I sauteed them well in the oil so that next time when I use them, I can just make the gravy and drop them towards the end of the preparation, maybe 5 minutes before, because these are all partially cooked, so I don't need so much cooking time. But this way I think the texture will be preserved and the taste will be preserved, so they won't turn mushy when you put it in the gravy. And you cannot see the brinjals here, but this is a bagara bangan preparation. Basically bagara bangan stays very well in fridge, in freezer, so I cooked and took a portion of it and frozen it. This is the frozen bagara bangan. I'll thaw it and then heat it up. It's already cooked 90%, so by the time we heat it up, it should be done fully. So I've just put a little bit of water to just avoid burning the curry, and then put my masala in here. I think it doesn't have the brinjal in it, so I have frozen brinjals, so I'll be putting it back in here. So here are the frozen eggplants. These are the long Chinese eggplants which I cut it into pieces. Already sauteed it before I froze to remove the moisture. So once the gravy is little bit boiling, I'll just put these in the frozen eggplants. I'll just let the gravy and the eggplant cook together for some time and it should be ready to eat. And, this one is another preparation similar to bagara bangan, but it's a Bengali preparation where you use mustard paste and poppy seed paste together and make a similar to bagara bangan. It's called sorso diye begun. So this one, which is I made this one to use later. So you can see brinjals here fully cooked. This I just need to maybe heat it up and then serve it. That's all. This one is another preparation of eggplants. This is again a Telugu dish, just a fry of the eggplants with some masala powders. So basically it's like 50% cooked, 50 to 70% cooked. I sauteed all the masalas and the eggplants together till the moisture is gone, and then I packed it up. So when I do next, I just have to put them back in put them into a kadai basically, or a pan with oil, little bit of oil, and then just slightly saute them in the oil so that the texture is dry. So I hope the shape and the texture will be preserved. This is the final fully cooked version of the eggplant fry I just showed. What I did to fully cook it is took a pan, put little bit of oil in it, and then dump the frozen eggplant as it is into it, and let it slow cook for around 7 to 8 minutes. And this is the final output. And if you see, the it's not mushy, it's like a fry which you can make with a fresh vegetable. So the texture really retained well, and I think this is definitely a success for me. So these are the various ways I did the brinjal. I had one more a vegetable from my garden this time. This was the ridge gourd. I didn't have much produce, but I had whatever. I couldn't use it up, so I just cut it into pieces and then stored them. These are these are good. You can just use it in a curry, and it would be okay. And if you're making sambar also, you can just put it in the sambar, so it will be okay. This will get little bit mushy because it's full of water content, so it's only for gravies. You cannot do any dry preparations with this. So that's about it, friends. Let me know if you have any other ideas to preserve the vegetables, eggplants, and any other vegetable. Would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, everyone.